Hello everyone, welcome to today's session. So in this video, we are going to consider classification of software testings. Let us start. The software testings can be broadly classified into several categories based on different criteria, such as testing based on approach what we are using, and the testing software testings based on classified based on the levels of testing and based on type of testing, and similarly testing techniques and the objective of the testings and other specialized type of testings. Like this, one can able to classify. Let us discuss one by one. So the approach, based on the approach what we are using, the software techniques are classified into uh, basically two types. One is manual testing methods and automated testing methods. In the manual testing method or automation testing method, test cases are required. Of course, these things can be prepared by the human, that is a tester, software tester. In case of manual testing, the test cases are executed by the tester itself without using the additional software or tool for that execution. So, what is the benefit of this one is just a human being, that's a human being, that's a tester, software tester is enough without any additional expenditure for procuring the tools like this, software tools for testing of the softwares. So the thing is, he can evaluate or he can test any type of the functionalities of the software without need of without depending on the other software tools. But the thing is, if the test cases are limited, then the manual testing may be simple, and he can with software testers simple the conventional software testing manual testing methods, one can go for software testing. But when the test cases are large in number, then the manual methods will take a long time for testing and concluding the functionalities of the software, right? So because of this, so there is an alternative approach, that is automated testing. In case of automation testing, again the test cases are prepared by the human, but the thing is, these are executed, the test cases are executed with the help of the testing tools or scripts, such as for example, if you consider web page testings. So for testing the web pages with a number of testing test cases, we can go for, instead of a manual method, we can go for a tool known as Selenium. So our JUnit, we can able to test the softwares. That is for particularly for web page testing, we go for software that is a Selenium automation tool, automation testing tool, and similarly for JUnits for other applications. These are the two methods. That is the classification based on the approach what we are using is a manual methods or automation techniques method. The second criteria is based on the testing techniques. So that is, the technique here is, so in what at what depth the knowledge of the knowledge is required for the tester. That is a black box testing, white box testing, and gray box testing. In case of black box testing, the software, the tester who is going to test the software, whether it is a manual testing or automation testing, he won't require the basic knowledge about the software. What we are going to test is whether what is of the programming language that is used, and what is the methodology adopted, what is the algorithm adopted. He won't require that one. Just what is the input is required, and that he will going to provide, and what is the expected output, with that he is going to compare with the actual output. So without need of knowing the what type of programming, what type of implementation or algorithm, what type of technique that are using in this one, that he won't requires the basic knowledge about the software, how it is implemented. The thing is only just what is the input is required and what is the output it going to generate. So based on this concept, one can go for testing. The type of testing technique is known as black box testing. That is a tester, software tester. He won't require any basic knowledge on software, how it is developed. So like that. And in case of white box testing, so it is a complete knowledge of how the software is prepared. That is what type of algorithm it is implemented, how the test case, how the concept, that is the logic is implemented, what type of programming is used, and what is the platform it is developed. So all these things are required. That is the basic knowledge about the software is required in order to test the software. So that is how the input will flow for getting the output, for producing the output. That's complete basic how it is basic knowledge about how it is implemented in a particular programming language or methodology, algorithm. Everything is required for testing the software. The type of technique is called white box testing. And the combination of these two, either sometimes you require the full knowledge, sometimes you won't require any knowledge. So that type of testing, so some of the functionalities, it won't require any complete any knowledge about the how it is implemented. For some of the functionalities, it is a knowledge is required, how it is implemented, knowledge is required for the testers, software testers. So the type of testing technique is called gray box testings. So the combination of both black box and white box testing approaches are considered in the gray box testing. This tester has a partial knowledge of internal structure. That is how it is implemented. He should have a partial knowledge about this one. So this is the second the criteria how it is classified. That's based on the testing technique. Here is another classification criteria that is based on objective of testing. So in the objective of testing, we have classified into 5 categories, that is smoke testing, sanity testing, regression testing, exploratory testing, ad hoc testing. Smoke testing means actually you can apply testing at unit level or the final level, that is a user acceptance level, or intermediate level like integration level or systems levels. We can apply at any level, so you can go for the testing. So at any level of testing, before once if you decided to go for testing, before going to test the software, we are going to conduct a preliminary testing. So in that, what we are going to test, so whether this particular software is suitable for in-depth testing. Right. So once the software is, before going to testing the software, we are going to test whether the software is suitable for in-depth testing. That type of testing is called smoke testing. It can be applied at any level, maybe a beginning level like unit testing, or final level or intermediate level. So whatever at any level you can consider this type of testing. So before going to in-depth testing, whether it is suitable for in-depth testing or not, that we are going to consider in the testing. The type of testing is called smoke testing. Similarly, sanity testing. So once the bug is identified, that will be informed to the tester. Tester will modify fix the bug. Then again it is going for testing. Before going to the retesting, there is a regression testing. So it is again going to test whether whether the next new version of the software is suitable for further in-depth testing. Like that testing is called sanity testing. Then regression testing. Regression testing, what the meaning of regression testing is, once the software is identified, the first version identified with some defect, that is fixed, now it is tested, and it is also verified it's working properly, and then we are going to test this software is going to create any further defects with modifications, or the ensuring that new changes in the software do not adversely affect the existing functionalities. So already the software is developed, so it is identifies some defect, the defect is rectified, again tested, it is working, it is functioning correctly in the sanity, the after the sanity test. Then we are going for regression test. Regression test with the modification of this one, it is going to create any errors in your software, so that we are going to consider in the regression testing. The next one is exploratory testing. So that is a similar simultaneous process of test design and test execution, both will be. So that is, once test design will be done, and immediately we go for test execution. The tester explores the application without a predefined test cases. Just we're going to design, and we're going to create the test cases. That is exploratory testing. Ad hoc testing means there is no systematic procedure for this. Testing the application without any formal test plan or test cases. It's only purely the tester experience we are going to consider. The tester we're going to consider, going to test the software based on his expertise in the particular field or particular testing, and he will decide that whether the software is working properly or not. The type of testing is called ad hoc testing. So there is another type of testing, that is a specialized testing. So that is called, you can consider alpha testing, beta testing, usability testing, security testing, and compatibility testing. Like in case of alpha testing, what is meant by alpha testing is once the software is completely developed, and we're going to consider the testing will be considered at after the complete testing is over, but before deploying to the customer site. So we're going to test from the our the developer team, the companies, there is a software developer team side. We're going to our organization side. We are going to test the software. That is called alpha testing. That is, the testing will be done at the organization, internal organization, inside of the organization, with team members will be there. There is a development team will be there, and the responsible persons will be there, and maybe the users also will be there, the clients also will be there, one or two representatives of clients will be there, but the testing will be done at the organization's environments, the development environments. So internal testers before, that is a internal team members before the that is in the presence of internal team members, and inside of the organizations we are going to verify the software, whether this software is going to suitable for customer access, we are going to satisfy the customer requirements or not. From the organization side, it's going to test. The type of testing is called alpha testing. Beta testing is, it is performed by the limited number of external users. That is, sometimes we are going to give the final version of the software. We are not going directly release into the market or the clients. We will give that one to the certain number of people. So maybe a limited number of people will be given the software, the version, and we'll give certain period of time. After this, we'll consider their the suggestions or their the conclusions regarding the software, the reports of those users. So based on that, we're going to consider the functional, the software is functioning correctly or not. If at all any references or any suggestions are received from the users, the limited number of users, those things can be rectified, and this software will be released to the final version of the software will be released to the market, so our clients. So the type of testing is called beta testing. Then the usability testing focus on the how is you are using that is a how is this software, for that is user friendliness of the software, that is how easy to use the software, that we can generally user interface or how the user is feeling by using this particular software, that particular point of view we are going to test, that is usability testing. And security related testing, that is identifying the possibilities of getting the security test and these things, unauthorized accessing the software like that. So those testings comes under security testing. And compatibility test, so checking the software whether it is going to work on the all the types of software, all type of basic, that is operating systems or hardwares or browsers or any operating systems like that. So compatibility testing, so the type of testings we can consider the compatibility of software testing. So this comes under the specialized testing types. These are the some of the the classifications that one can able to consider for classifying the software testings. So that's all today's video. So if you like this video, please subscribe to our channel and share our videos. Thank you very much.